Hello and good day. Welcome to our video channel, God's Promises. And today's video, Bible verse, Psalm 121. Let's get started now. Psalm 121 is a beautiful and powerful passage in the book of Psalms that speaks to the protection and guidance of God. It is a favorite of many Christians and is often recited during times of trouble or need. In this essay, we will explore each verse of Psalm 121 and its associated teachings and day-to-day applications. Verse 1. I lift up my eyes to the hills, where does my help come from? The opening verse of Psalm 121 sets the stage for the entire passage. The psalmist is looking for help and guidance, and he knows that it can only come from one place, God. This verse reminds us that we should always look to God for our help and salvation, rather than relying on our own strength or the strength of others. In day-to-day life, this can be applied to all aspects of our lives, from our relationships to our careers. Instead of looking to people or things to solve our problems, we should seek God's guidance and trust in His plan for our lives. Verse 2. My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. This verse reinforces the message of the first verse, stating clearly that our help comes from the Lord, who is the maker of heaven and earth. This is a reminder that God is the creator of all things and has the power to guide us through any situation. In our day-to-day lives, we can apply this verse by acknowledging that everything we have and everything we are is a gift from God. We should thank Him for His blessings and seek His guidance in all aspects of our lives. Verse 3. He will not let your foot slip, he who watches over you will not slumber. In this verse, the psalmist reminds us that God is always watching over us and protecting us. He will not let us slip or fall, even when we are in danger or facing difficult circumstances. This is a reminder that we should trust in God's protection and guidance, even when we don't understand His plan for us. In day-to-day life, this can be applied by trusting in God's protection and guidance, even when we are faced with uncertainty or fear. Verse 4. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. This verse reinforces the message of the previous verse, stating that God is always watching over us and protecting us, just as He watches over Israel. It reminds us that God is always present and always ready to guide and protect us, no matter what we are going through. In our day-to-day lives, we can apply this verse by acknowledging God's constant presence and seeking His guidance and protection in all aspects of our lives. Verse 5. The Lord watches over you, the Lord is your shade at your right hand. This verse reminds us that God is always with us, providing shade and comfort in the midst of difficult circumstances. It is a reminder that we should trust in God's protection and guidance, even when we are in the midst of difficult situations. In our day-to-day lives, we can apply this verse by seeking God's comfort and guidance in times of trouble, and trusting in His protection and provision. Verse 6. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. This verse is a reminder that God is always watching over us, protecting us from harm and danger. It is a reminder that we should trust in God's protection, even in the midst of difficult circumstances. In our day-to-day lives, we can apply this verse by trusting in God's protection and guidance, even when we are faced with difficult situations. Verse 7. The Lord will keep you from all harm, He will watch over your life. This verse is a powerful statement of God's protection and guidance. It assures us that God will keep us from all harm and watch over our lives. It is a reminder that we should trust in God's protection and guidance, even when we are faced with difficult situations. In our day-to-day lives, we can apply this verse by trusting in God's protection and guidance, and seeking His will in all aspects of our lives. Verse 8. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. This final verse is a reminder that God's protection and guidance is not just for today or tomorrow, but for all eternity. It is a reminder that we should trust in God's protection and guidance, both now and forevermore. In our day-to-day lives, we can apply this verse by acknowledging God's eternal protection and guidance, and seeking His will in all aspects of our lives. In conclusion, Psalm 121 is a powerful passage that speaks to God's protection and guidance in all aspects of our lives. It reminds us to trust in God's protection and guidance, even in the midst of difficult circumstances. As we go about our day-to-day lives, we can apply the teachings of this passage by seeking God's guidance and protection in all aspects of our lives, and trusting in His plan for our lives both now and forevermore. In conclusion, Psalm 4 is a prayer of David that expresses his trust in God's power to protect and defend him against his enemies. Through his words, we can find comfort and hope in the knowledge that God hears us when we call upon Him, and that He can provide the healing and peace we need in the midst of difficult circumstances. By placing our trust in God, offering the right sacrifices, and seeking His face, we can find the joy and peace that surpasses all understanding. We can also learn from David's wisdom in dealing with anger and finding the rest that comes from trusting in God's protection. Psalm 4 is a beautiful reminder of God's love and care for us, and it offers a powerful message of hope and healing in the midst of difficult circumstances. Whether we are facing challenges, feeling overwhelmed, or struggling with anxiety or fear, we can find comfort in the knowledge that God is with us and that He can bring us the peace and rest that we need. May we all place our trust in Him and find the healing and wholeness that comes from seeking His face. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspirational content. See you in the next video. Wishing you a very happy day.